unlike a court, the government is under no obligation to hear everybody. Because the government represents the people, and therefore no obligation to hear everybody. But court, when a court decides a matter, it is under a duty to, my lords, listen to everybody. Otherwise, my lord, the Rasingo Ralio Sacta, Altori, Nazari, non-debate. Court has no jurisdiction to bind anybody who is not before it. So having this fundamental principle being stated, and whenever every PAL comes before this court should certainly adjust itself. The people affected are not here, and we don't represent the people of this country. And these issues concerning the public at large cannot be decided behind the back of them. These proceedings are not representative proceedings. These are proceedings, in my case, 16 students were affected by it. Therefore, when this case came, the only option is to throw the ball back to the government's court, and the government to take a call on the question of cancellation, and the government would have done it in moments' time. It wouldn't have been able to justify this examination, not even one moment. The government would have come with the conclusion, the decision to cancel it forthwith. And the government conveniently, very conveniently, saying that is a non-adjudicatory, the Solicitor General says, non-adjudicatory litigation. What is that? Non-adjudicatory. There is nothing like non-adjudicatory. Court's job is to decide disputes. Court's duty is to decide disputed questions of fact and apply the law. If the issues are non-adjudicatory, there is nothing. It is administrative. And my lord, I conclude by saying one word. My lord, I forgive your lordship for all the insult to me and my lord, humiliation. I forgive your lordship. Lord, forgive them for they don't know what they are doing. I have nothing in my mind. I have the greatest of regard for your lordships and lordship Pardiwala also. I have the greatest of regard. Though I was insulted, I don't keep anything in my mind. But my lord, this NEET examination has to be cancelled forthwith. It cannot be delayed 1 minute because the precious time of the students are lost. And a fresh examination has to be conducted forthwith, and it is for the government to decide whether it has to be for the 13 lakh students who was selected, or it has to be for a lesser number. And these are areas where the court should step in, because what is governing the matters of administration, those in governance alone come to know about it. Somebody said certainly NEET is a very loosely conducted, all outsourced. But that is true. But in a governance, outsourcing is necessary, without which no government can function. Everything, the NEET department cannot do it. So most of the things which my friend Hoda and Sanjay Khatge argued, with respect, I disagree with that. And only my submission is, this is an issue which will come to the government's court. Let them decide. Let them decide. Let the parliament is gone. Let them answer to the parliament. And let them not shirk their responsibility and throw all public issues to the court's domain. Because I say so, because average time which a road litigant who comes for grievances is 93 seconds. When I come to your lordship for the SLP, it is dismissed in 93 seconds. And I had a recent incident where my SLP was dismissed even 60 seconds. So therefore, we have to revisit it. The PA business has to be discouraged, and only petitions here. At least affected parties are there. My petition is not PA. My petition is somebody who is seeking declaration of their fundamental rights. And my lord, I conclude, the research has to be cancelled, examination has to be contested. Greatly obliged.
Just 2 minutes.
Your lordships.
Lords, your lordships asked a question to senior lords that in this situation, what your lordships should be doing in case because the investigation is yet not complete. Because this has been answered in that judgment which I referred yesterday. I just want to repeat a paragraph so that will assist your lordships. Before that, that's Tanvi Sarwal was not cited before your lordships in the Sachin Kumar's judgment. I tried to check it. That's also 2-judge bench judgment. This is also 2-judge bench judgment. So this was not cited before your lordships. That's what I could.
No, the subsequent judgment which I decided, it was a case where the government had decided to cancel the entire case.
So here,
so there was no question of the court being required to cancel it. So the legality of the decision of the government to cancel the entire exam wasn't called into question.
Please, here we are not able to segregate the tainted from the the good people. Just lordships, you may see paragraph 18. If lordship wants, I can. Para 18 minutes. 2015 6 SCC 573. The same situation before your lordships, my lords, as in today, my lords. My lords, third line, my lords, though as on date 44 such candidates have been identified, having regard to the modus operandi put in place, the number of cell phones and other devices used, it is not unlikely that the many more candidates have availed such undue advantage. So, my lords, many more.
There are 15 is relevant. There are 15. 1 5.
Let's read para 15 and then.
Yes, my lords, yes.
Yes. The investigating agency in its report has stated in clear terms that from the disclosure recorded, it is beyond doubt that the strategy of providing answer key has been executed by an organized gang with a network spreading over different parts of the country. The Inspector General of Police, who was present in this with his team, having been granted the leave, submitted that the investigation is full swing and in progress, etc., etc. It was their case that it's pan-India.
So, my lords, here today the situation is they themselves are saying, my lords, that we are yet to invest.
Admitted that in process it might not be possible to identify, but it's an all-India issue.
Para 18 now. Let's
It's a para 18, third line, my lords. Though as on date 44 such candidates have been identified, having regard to the modus operandi put in place, the number of cell phones and other devices used, it is not unlikely that many more candidates have availed such undue advantage being a part of the overall design, and in the process have been unduly benefited qua the other students who had made sincere and genuine endeavors to solve the answer papers on the basis of their devoted preparation and hard labor. In view of the widespread network that has operated, as well in this case it appears so, as the status report disclosed, and the admission of person arrested, including some beneficiary candidates, we are of the opinion that in view of the strong possibility of the identification of other candidates as well involved in such malpractices, that examination has become a suspect. As it is, the system of examination pursued over the decades has been accepted by all who are rational, responsible, and sensible to be an accredited one for comparative evaluation of the merit and worth of candidates vying for high academic pursuits. It is thus necessary for all the role players in the process to secure and sustain the confidence of the public in general and students' fraternity in particular in the system by its unquestionable trustworthiness. Such a system is endorsed because of the credibility informed with guarantee of fairness, transparency, authenticity, and sanctity. There cannot be any compromise with this imperative at any cost.
Also,
So, because even at the cost of 44 students and a possibility of more people being found, so your lordships did set aside, because the learned solicitor then said 2 lakhs, because my information is there were 6 lakh students. This is the same API, All India pre-medical test, the same which was to happen before Neet started. And it is to be conducted by CBSE in that. Yes, minutes. Para 19. Segregation only of already 44 identified candidates stated to be the beneficiaries of the unprincipled maneuver by withholding their results for the time being, in our comprehension, cannot be the solution to the problem that contours all of us, that confronts all of us. Not only thereby, if the process is allowed to advance, it would be pushed to the vortex of a litigation pertaining thereto in the foreseeable future. The prospects of candidates would not only remain uncertain and tentative, they would also remain plagued with the prolonged anguish and anxiety if involved in the ordeal of court cases. Acting on this option would, in our estimate, amount to driving knowingly the students who are not at fault to an uncertain future with their academic career in jeopardy on many counts. Further, there would also be lurking possibility of unidentified beneficiaries of the candidates stealing a march over them on the basis of the advantages availed by them through the underhand dealings as revealed. Having regard to the fact that the courts involved with time would yield the future generations of the doctors of the country who would be in charge of the public health, their inherent merit to quality for taking the course can by no means be compromised. So, even if 10 to 20,000 students come up in the front and I am pushed outside the 1,08,000 millions, ultimately my chances. Only one more thing, one more thing. Your lordship yesterday indicated the issue which I said, the OMR sheet issue. Your lordship said it's a personal issue, an individual client.
ये कल इनका पर्सनल इशू का OMR का क्या?
The OMR issue, sorry.
इनका कल क्या था?
because the OMR issue, because in fact it appears to be a part of the systematic failure, because it's not only my client, because she has not been given the OMR sheet, because when the OMR sheet, when she got initially, she calculated it came to 650, around 650, but when the result came, it is 103. They have been emailing to the NTA, give the OMR sheet, they have not given till now. So
and others also, Lordship, my one submission is a very important thing to say. Lordship, there my solicitors and CBI entire focused only here the Hazaribagh and Patna. Lordship, it is the not focused here the 5 flares scams. Point number 1. Lordship, there is the before after examinations. Point number 1. It means there is 9 February 16 months before. Secondly, Lordship, when notifications came, it means there is the forms filling forms. It means 9 February to 16 March. In which regions a lot of candidates appeared in the different centers. Next is third layer, the Lordships, the examination dated, it means the conducting jobs 5 May. 5 May in which regions a lot of candidates, some are belong from the Orissa to appear in some other places. In which regions Lordships, it is a SBI and Canara banks and other types of the issues. It is not in the submit is the reports. Third is the Lordship, the after examinations. There are a lot of issues in which regions the 720 marks which is got by this out of the 720s, 718, 719, 600 and above. And Lordship and others issues that 4 and 6 layers. The Lordship, my humble submissions, please Lordships, on the behalf of the petitioners, Lordship, please conduct the jobs.
In ideal submissions for the applicants in IA number 137554 of the present form. We stand for some of the candidates who have secured high marks. But one submission I would like to make, so far as a leak or theft, elsewhere than the group or the identified place are concerned, I would submit that a decision may not be based on suspicion or contempt, because these are all managed to be proved beyond reasonable doubt. I would like to suggest one decision, Lords, AR 1994 Supreme Court 626, AR 1994 Supreme Court 626, where at paragraph 44, the Lords referred to the Privy Council decision. Of course, it concerned fraud alleged in a civil proceeding. Now, it is held at paragraph 44, Lords. In so-and-so, AR 1941, Privy Council, Lords, it is, sorry. It is when appellant versus Indian Charlie Pro matters. Bank guarantee. So that's right. I already submitted that it concerns allegation of fraud in a civil proceeding. Thank you. One more solution. So far as the particular question is concerned, eligibility for Neet test is the board examination. The board examination prescribed the NCRT books, and the students are following the NCRT book, which provided both the answers. Therefore, both the answers given by the students are based on the NCRT book, which is the basis for the basic examination for the Neet test. Therefore, they may not be that question may not be deleted, and therefore the students who gave the correct answer may be given the marks that are due to them. It's all my concern.
Lordship, I am appearing
in
successful petitioners in IA number 140031.
We don't want any exam.
I don't want Lordships. My humble submission.
People are asking that.
Lordships,
just because you're for an interviewer.
I understand, Lordships. One specific point, my lords. In Tanvi Sarwal case, Lordships interfered and cancelled the examination within 45 days. Whereas when it comes to we people, after the result was declared, there was a Rawlsian wheel of ignorance, my lords, when it came to the candidates who were involved in Tanvi Sarwal case. Whereas in our case, my lords, after we being declared successful, on the basis of a conclusive police report, Lordships interfered in Tanvi Sarwal case. Whereas in this case, my lords, police report, CBI report is not as conclusive as what happened in that case, my lords. So we being successful, brought into the rigor of re-examination again, might be, my lords, it may be difficult for us. So on behalf of the successful candidates, I plead, Lordships.
Your Lordships, I am appearing in item 21.34. If your Lordships allow for re-Neet, we are covered. But if your Lordships do not allow for re-Neet, your Lordships, our relief is restricted to seeking parity with 1563 students. Your Lordships, we are the tribal students from Meghalaya who appeared from 2 centers, Reboy and Jowai. So, your Lordships, admittedly, there has been loss of time as apparent from the representations made by the center coordinators and also admitted by the NTA.
अब ये एक बार और कराना, ये 15 एप्लीकेशन क्या नाम और कराना सारे
मैंने यूं कह दी कि अगर होगा तो हम कवर हो जाएंगे, नहीं होगा तो हम कवर नहीं होंगे।
ये भी बात।
Your Lordships, that has been also admitted by NTA in their response dated 17th of July.
That's your individual grievance in regard to the Meghalaya issue.
Please, Your Lordships, and please, Your Lordship.
Your Lordship, in case there is no re-Neet, I would pray that if the answer, option number 4 is considered to be only correct answer, I would expect only if the...
My Lord, I'm in item number 24. It is on a completely different tangent. Since 2020, before the Delhi High Court, we have been agitating that the NTA officials are involved in the swapping of my OMR sheets. My Lord, in the digital...
Let me deal with your case, sir.
My Lord, I am also here with the same grievance. When the NTA answer sheet was released, I had scored almost 509 marks. I had attempted 131 questions. And when the final result came out, I scored -6. which was very shocking.
But interestingly, the Delhi High Court had confiscated the OMRs.
Also, my lord,
At the blood, since this is the end of the hearing.
Mr. Filster, now, have you constituted a committee or something like that?
We have.
Now, what?
Yes.
Some idea about that?
We have. I'm sorry, my lord, I should have pointed that out, my lord. There is a 7-member committee, my lord, subject to your lordship's approval. It is.
लो भाई अब conclude करेंगे आ जाओ जल्दी
Yes. But it is R21 of the counter affidavit, page number 6.
R21 of the counter affidavit.
Yes, sir. It is headed by Dr. K. Radhakrishnan, former chairman ISRO and chairman Board of Governance, IIT Kanpur, and Dr. Randeep Guleria, former director AIIMS Delhi, Professor B.J. Rao, Vice Chancellor, Central University of Hyderabad, Professor Ramamurthy K., Professor Emeritus, Department of Civil Engineering, IIT Madras, Shri Pankaj Bansal, co-founder, People Strong and board member of Karma Yogi Bharat, Professor Aditya Mittal, Dean, Student Affairs, IIT Delhi, Shri Govind Jaiswal, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Education, as a member secretary. Lord, it is placed at IIT R21 with my counter dated. July. 4th July.
Return after 5 minutes.
Please. Since at the end of the day, on a lighter note, sometimes your lordship must be missing the virtual hearings where there is a facility of muting us.
We'll be back in 5 minutes. Dr. Sikri has something, Mr. Paul?
Lord can go away, Lord should.
So after we come back after 5 minutes, all right.
Yes.
Just come back after 5. Just take a comfort break.
अच्छा क्वेश्चन था, there is no doctrine committee.
है ना रणदीप गुलेरिया
हाँ एम्स के डायरेक्टर सही कह रहे हो रणदीप गुलेरिया जी है ना भाई डॉक्टर रणदीप गुलेरिया एम्स डायरेक्टर हो गया फिनिश अरे इनकी सुनिए नहीं भाई
वापस आएंगे 5 मिनट बाद
अच्छा 5 मिनट टी ब्रेक लेने गए क्या और अपना तो हो गया ना
डिसीजन करेंगे वो करके ट्रांसफर आएगा सीधा आंसर आएगा जजमेंट आएगा
कल आएगा अभी आएगा
5 मिनट बाद
भाई कहीं नहीं जाना आपको जजमेंट आएगा दोस्तों यहीं रहना है सबको वीडियो शेयर कर दो जजमेंट आने वाला है अब बुला लो अपने फ्रेंड को अभी देखो बट अपने लॉयर्स तो यही है क्या अपने लॉयर्स तो चले गए अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी को आगे वो भी चले गए क्या चल रहा है भाई या सीनियर के लिए सीट छोड़ दी हो क्या रहा है देखो भाई 5 मिनट में आ रहे हैं वो देखते हैं फिर क्या होगा है ना वर्डिक्ट इन 5 मिनट वर्डिक्ट हुड्डा सर हैज बीन ऑन द टॉप क्या लगता है आपको रीनीट यस और नो रीनीट यस और नो क्या आ सकता है माई बैटरी इज 5%